Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pechay Show Season 3. I'm your host, Sharee, and in this podcast, we talk about everything and anything about sex and sexuality, love and relationships, because we believe makulay ang buhay sa sinabawang Pechay. Good evening, mga kapechay, and welcome to round 27 of our third season. A little bit bizarre na 27 episodes na ang ating podcast. And 7 episodes on my own. Yay! Tonight's episode is all about dirty talk. Over the past few weeks, probably past few months, there have been a number of people who expressed na dirty talk isn't something that comes naturally for them. And I have to admit that I am one of those people. Parang, for as long as I could remember, I was more of a doer than a talker. When having sex, it's like you focus so much in the moment, and sure, you make moans and sounds, pero talking isn't always something na you try to make an effort to do when you're in bed. But definitely itong past few months, probably the past year in general, it's been something I've spent a little more time and energy doing because napaka-fulfilling no response from the other person. And a lot of people seem to be interested in it, and I thought if I was gonna do a solo episode again, it has to be this one. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert on the topic, or hindi ko rin sinasabi na kung ano man yung sabihin ko dito, sila lang yung mga dapat nyong itry or dapat nyong gawin in terms of dirty talking. Whether this is in bed, during sex, before sex, or even when you're texting or chatting with your special someone, or when you're on the phone with them. If, let's say, long distance relationship yan, it applies as well. There are some overlaps when it comes to phone sex and dirty talk, and we could learn a lot from both. The thing is, when you say dirty talk, sabihin natin yung partner mo, or probably kahit casual hookup yan, na wala kayong relationship or commitment to each other, say FUBU or friends with benefits kayo, and sinabihan kayo na, hey, talk dirty to me. Madalas, may mga taong ang response ay mahiya, or matatawa sila like straight to your face na you're in a really sexy mood. Tapos, pag sinabi mo, hey, talk dirty to me, tas biglang tatawanan ka, or magpapanik sila, which is worse. That's a very common response because of different reasons. Like, for example, they haven't really done it before, or mas common yung nahihiya sila. Another reason could be hindi nila alam anong sasabihin. And also, pwede ring they have had experience with talking dirty pero hindi sila sure. Like, hindi pa ganon kalalim yung connection ninyo with each other. Hindi pa kayo ganon kakomportable with each other intimately. So, hindi nila alam what turns you on or ano yung mga triggers for you erotically speaking. So, if you fall under any of those categories, pagdating sa dirty talk, whether kapag you're asking someone to talk dirty to you, or someone is asking you to talk dirty to them, then maybe give this episode a listen. I think isa sa biggest problems pagdating sa dirty talk is pressure. Like, iniisip ng tao na they have to sound 100% sultry and porn star level sexy, or kailangan nilang palitan yung boses nila, But it's not always the case. I think there are studies na mas nadadalian talaga ang girls parang mag-switch into sexy mode with their voices, and men have a more difficult time doing that. And I think we could all agree with that. Hindi lahat ng guys kayang mag-sound sexy, whether on the phone or in person. And if you ask women, or kung sino man yung partner nila, most of the time, guys are seen as less attractive kapag mas nagta-try hard sila to sound sexy, which is funny. Pero kung ang partner mo is a woman, congratulations, because girls talking dirty is hot as hell. So congrats sa mga guys and girls na may girlfriends or wives or whatever. Okay, pero just to make it clear, hindi porket you know how to sound sexy naturally, like let's say meron kang raspy bedroom voice, hindi ibig sabihin nun alam mo na agad ano yung mga salita or phrases that would put not just you but also your partner in the mood. Maraming tao, they feel parang tanga daw sila when they're talking dirty. They feel silly or funny, you know. Mostly dahil hindi nila alam anong sasabihin. So parang they get too much into their heads. Worst case scenario, nawawala yung mood altogether. Pero kung alam mo ano ang sasabihin mo, oh my God, that is the sexiest thing. Kahit I don't, you know, it doesn't really matter in the end kung bedroom voice ka pa o hindi. It's the content that matters. Like, the things you say to a girl or a guy, tapos they get turned on and nagja-jive yung mindset ninyo, that is the ultimate payoff, sexually speaking, pagdating sa talking dirty. So let's dig in. This is a little bit eccentric for me giving advice because it feels like you guys are getting a sneak peek of how I am personally. So I'm gonna try my best to minimize personal examples and techniques in bed. Let's start. Okay, first tip. Trigger words. May nabasa ko recently on Facebook, I think, from one of the many pages I follow. They made a post about glitter words. Fuck, I can't remember if it was glimmer words or glitter words. Kung alam nyo, please send me a message or comment sa post na to correct me if I ever got it wrong. Pero the idea was, kung glimmer or glitter word man yun, was that it's the opposite of a trigger word. Kasi, you know, like trigger words, whether sexually or kahit ano pang aspect ng buhay yan, it's considered mostly as negative kasi they trigger negative feelings and memories, ganyan. So, the opposite of that is to have specific terms or phrases na paborito ng partner ninyo. Like, kapag narinig nila yon, it's almost an instantaneous response, sexually speaking in this case, na magta-turn on sa kanila no matter what time of day it is, no matter where they are, no matter what they are doing. The mere sound of these words ay sapat na para ma-turn on sila, ma-arouse sila. Personally, I have some of these words and my girl knows about them, I hope. And they never fail. I mean, I could be doing chores or working or eating, and when I hear them or even read them, kunwari text lang yan or chat, it's enough to like transform me into another place na I want to have sex right now. Parang ganon. So, what do you do kung hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung trigger words na to nung other person, yung special someone mo? The best way to discover this is by, well, communicating. But you don't have to like ask them outright. Kasi medyo hindi sexy yun, di ba? Parang, huy, ano bang words ang gusto mong marinig para ma-arouse ka? you don't have to do that. You can start by sexting. Send dirty text messages. Hopefully, game siya. So, the back and forth eventually will give you an idea kung anong mga salita or sentences na sinasabi mo yung nakakapag-create ng erotic responses from them. For example, tell them, "Hey babe, I can't wait to see you tonight." Or, "Can you tell me which parts of your body, which places you want me to touch when I see you?" So, things like that. And eventually, pag sumagot sila, you'll have a better idea of which words they find sexy and arousing. And from there, you can start building your sexual vocabulary. Next, this one is a little bit touchy in a way na kapag sumobra, it could be against your game. But this one is applicable both during sex and before sex. Like, bago kayo magkita, or bago umuwi yung asawa mo, or even if maybe you're talking on the phone. Try to update your special someone sa level of arousal na nangyayari sa'yo in the moment. This is a favorite of mine actually kasi it's really easy to be just honest. Parang hindi lang siya sexual gratification on you and the other person. It's also a way of showing that you trust them enough to share such intimate details about how you're feeling and what your body's going through. Parang ganon. Things like, "I'm so wet right now," or if you're having sex already, tell your partner na what he or she's doing feels good for you. Or kung malapit ka ng labasan, it's a classic. Like, "I'm about to come, I'm gonna come." It's not just something we have to do because people on porn do it. It has a purpose. Kasi para siyang update for your partner na, first of all, para siyang affirmation na, "Hey, dude or dudette, you're doing a great job and it feels good." For me, at the same time, natutulungan mo siya na ma-tune in together yung arousal ninyo, especially if you guys are wanting to experience simultaneous orgasms or at least have the same level of arousal at the same time, which is a very difficult thing to achieve, no secret. Then, giving your partner sexual affirmations and updates like these could help. Wag lang yung sobra kasi it could be a turn off kapag nag-sound siyang step-by-step process. You don't want to be a narrator in bed, right? Simply, parang talk about ano nangyayari sa katawan mo nung mga nafe-feel mo para aware yung partner mo. Na-arouse mo sila just by telling them and naisip nila na, "Fuck, yeah, I'm doing a great job. I'm turning her on. I'm turning him on." And that would definitely boost their confidence, and there is no loser in this scenario. Okay, next tip. This is hard and mas madali siyang sabihin kesa gawin, but try not to feel too much pressure when talking dirty. Yung problema kasi, dirty talk, as in yung term na yon, dirty talk. Parang sinasabi nila na dapat dapat vulgar and crude and promiscuous talaga yung mga sasabihin mo. Pero it's not always like that. I mean, sometimes it could be, pero hindi siya like hard rule to follow. Because bedroom talk, it doesn't have to be really dirty, filthy in order to turn you guys on. Like, hindi mo naman kailangan murahin yung jowa mo all the time. Some people might like that, but definitely not everyone. And for the most part of the population, tender and loving words are more effective. They could be caring and still be arousing. Again, inuulit ko, yung pinaka-importante kasi with dirty talk is just, you don't have to like imagine fantastic sci-fi scenarios na may bagong kwento ka every time. They can just be exactly what you're feeling and experiencing right now, based on nothing but honesty and kung authentically anong nafe-feel mo. Like, I love it when you kiss me, or I love how your tongue feels on my body. Parang ganon na. It could be sweet one moment, it could be more risque the next, like, ah, I want your fingers inside me. Alam mo yun? Parang, you don't always have to be as creative as you think. You just have to say kung anong gusto mo from that person. Or, you know, other way around, what you think that person could possibly want from you. Kasi two-way street pa rin naman siya. Okay, next. Every person is different. We have established that unique tayong lahat. Kaya nga may kanya-kanya tayong sexual fantasies. Kaya nga kanya-kanya tayo ng sexual preferences. Kanya-kanya tayo ng choice of partners, right? So, same with talking dirty. You just have to stick with ano yung komportable ka. Ano yung probably something that has worked for you in the past and has gotten positive responses. Kaya nating alisin yung idea na we always have to sound like porn stars. Kasi that's just not real life, right? Kaya, like I said kanina, we don't always have to use the hottest words para ma-turn on ang isa't isa. As long as you are comfortable, as long as you're being authentic, mafe-feel ng partner mo yung mga sinasabi mo. Plus, okay, let's say you think and you believe na yung boses mo, it's not particularly sexy or sultry. You don't have a bedroom voice. You don't have a raspy or throaty voice. So just use your normal voice, your speaking voice, right? Kasi the harder you try, parang yung may possibility na yung outcome is it's gonna end up sounding funny and you don't want that kasi mas lalong mapupush away kayo dun sa mood. You could sound cute, teasing. You could sound naughty if you could. At the same time, kung hindi mo kaya, you could sound innocent and it would still end up sexy, right? Think about kailan ka ba pinaka-confident? Kailan ka pinaka proud of yourself? Try to embody those moments and see how you sound. For example, career woman ka, right? And nagli-lead ka ng meeting sa office or may presentation ka at work or at school and you feel really great in those moments. Then, possibly, baka ganun din yung effective na dirty talk voice para sa'yo. If you are a playful person, then it's fine to have some laughter sa dirty talk. I mean, it could be sexy sometimes. So, again, it all boils down to really knowing yourself. Like we mentioned several times before, self-discovery is important and, well, surprise, it applies to talking dirty. Okay, our next tip is a bit easier, I think, and I believe most people have done it, have tried it, even without thinking about dirty talk. Parang natural na lang siyang nangyayari for most people at this point. I'm talking about one word, dirty talk. Aminin natin, if you're really horny or if you're already having sex, it could be challenging if you guys are fucking tapos you wanna construct a full sentence of dirty talking. It could get in the way ng sex ninyo, or it could even get you too much into your head na mababawasan yung desire mo kasi masyado ka nag-iisip. So if that is the case, let's stick to the basics. One word dirty talk is always, always, always effective. You know how dun sa SOP episode we mentioned moaning. Moaning is really effective na turn on for most people, lalo na kapag it's not forced and natural lang siya, and it's just really how your body is feeling and reacting to the moment. Then think of one word dirty talk as something like that, but verbally. Sexy words like yes, faster, harder, more could be single phrases like don't stop, God, or fuck, or yes. Kung ano man yung preferred favorite words ninyo, then that could be it. That could be enough. Next, this is more of it's more of a reminder than a tip, really. This goes for girls and guys. Let us not try to talk about size too much or at all, really. I think this is a bit more applicable for men. Kung ang jowa mo or asawa mo is a man, don't assume na they wanna hear about size. Maybe there are some guys who appreciate hearing about how big their dick is, pero definitely not everyone. Kasi let's think about it this way. Let's say para sa'yo, his cock is really big and it's fat and thick and good for you. But if you guys are like just getting to know each other or not in a serious relationship, hindi kasi natin agad masasabi kung merong mga nasasabi tayo in bed na pwedeng mag-trigger ng mga insecurities ng men. And it's possible na if you bring up size, they could be reminded of these insecurities, right? So, you could still compliment them, pero I would prefer and advise focusing on how aroused they are. In other words, how hard they are, kesa sa how big they are. Like tell them how hard they feel inside you. It's a much better way to go. Next, talk about qualities. Ito, qualities or details. Kasi minsan, for people who are more on the shy side of the spectrum or mga taong nagpe-prefer ng vanilla sex, they could feel intimidated kasi feeling nila kapag dirty talk, kailangan really specific sexual acts yung mga sinasabi, right? But it's not always the case. You could definitely go the other way na mas madali kasing pag-usapan minsan mga characteristics or qualities nung tao or even inanimate things or objects that you guys are seeing or using. Like sabihin natin, you find her underwear really sexy, or you think her tattoo is really hot, or gustong-gusto mo yung bago niyang bigote. Parang ganyan. So, you could begin with describing bakit or paano ka na-turn on ng mga to. Kasi let's be honest, most people just wanna be complimented and appreciated, and if nakita nila na napapansin mo yung mga details na yon, then it would make them feel good for sure. And then you can move on to how their body makes you feel or excites you or arouses you. Kasi I swear, I don't think merong nag-flop ever by appreciating or complimenting the other person's body. Okay, next, let's talk about whispering. This is, I don't know if this is as well known as I think it is. Pero whether baguhan ka or experimenting, exploring, or master ka na with dirty talk, may isang sure na way to make anything you say sexier. It's whispering. Very easy. Minsan kahit hindi nga sexy yung mga sinasabi mo eh. Like, kahit hindi dirty yung pinag-uusapan nyo, like, you don't even have to be having sex yet. Probably kumakain kayo or nanonood kayo ng Netflix or something, and you whisper something to that person's ear, and it could be very sexually charging for her or him. Somehow whispering could make anything and probably everything sound 10 times sexier. The idea na ilalagay mo yung bibig mo malapit sa tenga niya and say things like, that feels so good, or telling them with your breath what you want them to do to you. Like, I want you to go down on me, or I want you to lick my nipples or something. And say it in a whisper. Tapos kasama nun yung warmth ng breath mo. Tapos sa isang very erotic part of the body as yung tenga. Definitely there will be tingles down the spine of your partner, and if hindi sila na turn on with that, I don't know, man. Definitely try whispering. Even on the phone, it works like fuck. So, mas effective siya. Even more so pagdating sa real life. Real life, I mean, in person. Okay, next. Okay, we've covered some of, very newbie, beginner friendly tips. Let's talk about something more advanced. If you're ready for master level dirty talk, tell them kung anong gagawin mo sa kanila. Sabihin mo sa partner mo anong positions yung gusto mong gawin, anong moves yung gusto mong i-perform for them. As a woman, I don't know if this applies to men, ha? I mean, I'm not a man, so I couldn't tell. So if you guys agree or don't agree, send me a message or a comment. Pero as a girl, as a woman, para sa akin, it's easier to tell someone anong gusto kong gawin sa kanya kesa sa sabihin ko sa kanya anong gusto kong gawin niya sa akin. If you want to do this, and if it's your first time trying this, pwede namang hindi agad yung like pounce agad. Hindi naman agad hunt agad. You could ease into it. Say, mag-suggest ka ng something, say, napanood nyo sa isang movie or sa shows, or baka meron kayong tinry before, tas sobrang na-enjoy mo but you haven't done it in a while. You can bring it up. In this way, parang your partner will definitely receive yung suggestion mo in a positive manner. Lalo na kung i-highlight mo gaano kasarap yung experience for you, or kung gaano ka excited i-try yung bagong thing na yon. And at the same time, parang siyang may confidence and ego boost for that person. Kasi he or she will be doing something that excites and turns you on and possibly makes you feel really good. You can do dirty talk to build anticipation before sex, in the moment during sex, and even after. Like whether you're about to finish or kapag tapos na. To build anticipation, you can tell him or her na I don't have any panties on, or I want you inside me. Or tell them, hey babe, I'm so hard right now thinking about you. Or I want to taste you. Or I want your face between my legs. Parang give them something visual and sensorial para yung anticipation nila lalong tumaas. During sex, you can say things like, if you're into it, say things like, choke me, or spank me, don't stop, play with my clit, ganon. Kung ano man yung trip nyo. Again, these are just examples. At the same time, remember na it's not just about you. So, every now and then, it's nice to update or recognize yung mga actions ng partner mo. Like, I love your body, or I love it when you touch me there, or you sound so sexy, or you feel so good. And again, if you're not comfortable with these, remember, one word classics are just as effective, like harder, or if you want, slower, like more, deeper, faster. And if you guys are playing with dominant and submissive power play, you could always say please if you're a sub, and kung dom ka, sometimes it really turns the shit on sa sub mo kapag you ask them to beg for it. Just saying. And again, kung tapos na kayo, I know some of you guys are probably doing aftercare, like cuddles and kisses and hugs and whatnot. And some are too tired to say anything after, just laying there next to each other. There are others who like talking after they've recovered. So if you had a particularly good time, you don't have to lie, huh? If you had a really good time, just make sure to let your partner know that you had a great time. Say things like, that was great, that was incredible, I came so many times, just don't lie. Um and if you guys like did a bunch of different sexual positions, then probably tell them which one was your favorite. Or kung may tinry kayong bago, then let your partner know how it was for you, how it felt. So, para siyang feedback after sex. I like that part personally. I love it. Kasi parang it kind of gives affirmation to both parties at the same time. Parang it also reassures your partner na you would definitely want to do that again next time. Pwede mo siyang gawing future plan. Like, I really liked it when you did this. So let's try that again sometime. So when would you do dirty talk? Like I said, pwedeng before, during, after. Pwede rin siyang, alam niyo, it's a great part of conversation, I think, for people who haven't seen each other in a while. Whether busy lang kayo parehas and you don't live together, or nasa long distance relationships kayo. Things like, I can't wait to fuck you when I see you. Or, I've been thinking about doing this all day long. Or, I can't wait until we can do this when I see you. Or kunwari, you're just waiting for your guy or your girl to come home. Kausap mo siya and sabi niya sa'yo, pagod siya and stressed siya sa work. It's definitely something that could perk or improve their day. Like, hey baby, I know it's been a long day. That's why I'm going to do this to you when I get home. When you get here, I'm gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes, for me, it doesn't always have to lead to sex. I like making dirty talk a part of almost every conversation, if it's applicable. I just think it's nice to make your partner feel wanted and appreciated, and it's just part of good sexual health and compatibility, I think. I'm always thinking about you, or I miss your body, or I love your shoulders, you make me feel so hot, or I wish I was there next to you, I wish I could hold you, I miss how it feels when we're together, I miss seeing you naked, I miss being naked with you. Parang minsan, nagiging lovey-dovey siya. Kahit na puro nakedness. There are definitely so many things you could say and try during dirty talk. Definitely walang shortage niyan. It all depends kung ano yung nafe-feel mo right now in this moment. As a final word of advice, just be honest. Don't fake things just to have creative things to say. Kasi I think mafe-feel kasi ng partner mo kung you're just making things up and hindi genuine and totoo yung mga sinasabi mo na nafe-feel mo. And that's very important. So, ayun lang. I hope you guys got something at least from this and apply it in your love lives and your sex lives, whether sexting lang yan or phone sex or, dirty talk in bed before, during, or after. I just want everybody to have great sex. Is that too much to ask? Para masaya tayong lahat, diba? It's fun. And it definitely improves our sexual game and our satisfaction overall. Just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting this show. I've been getting so much love from you guys. Oh my god, I can't even... I don't know what I did to deserve the support that you guys are giving. As of the time I recorded this, I think we just hit 3,300 plays the ranking na nakukuha natin every now and then sa Apple Podcasts, sa Philippine sexuality charts. Oh my God, you guys. Maraming salamat. Alam ko pa ulit-ulit na lang din yung mga post ko na maraming salamat, maraming salamat. Mahal ko kayo kasi I don't know what else to say, but thank you sa inyong lahat. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. You're the best followers ever. I know I don't talk to a lot of you guys, pero I just want you to know na I am always thinking about making the show even better if that's possible, kung kaya. Season 3 is coming to a close soon, and I just appreciate all of you guys. Salamat sa mga nagpa-follow sa social media, sa mga nag-subscribe sa Spotify or kung saan man kayo nakikinig. Salamat sa mga nagsisend ng direct messages sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sa Twitter, sa mga nag-aabang every 10 p.m. every Wednesday, sa mga nagbi-binge. Oh my God, nakakatuwa kapag I check the analytics tapos may ang taas pa rin ng listens sa mga season 1 and season 2 episodes. Oh, fuck. My God. Yung puso ko, hindi kaya. You guys are so amazing. So, abangan nyo po yung mga last few episodes ng season 3. The finale is gonna be very, very, very fucking special. I'm so excited for that. Promise, I promise. Hindi ko pa alam ano yung plans for season 4. I'll definitely give you guys an update about that. Pero for now, I just want to make the most out of season 3. And again, salamat sa inyong lahat. Mahal ko kayo mga kapechay. Have a good night. Have a great sex. Make sure masabaw yung mga pechay na yan. Alright, bye!